Hi everyone, this is Marla at Twinstrology. Today is January 20th, 2018, and I'm here to channel a message for the Divine Feminine Collective, and it's based on an aspect that I touched on briefly in my last energy report, and I want to speak further about it today. And today, the asteroid union is making an exact conjunction on the 12th degree of Pisces with Neptune. And in a couple hours, we're going to have the moon cross over this point. And in addition, we have the asteroid Beltane, which represents unconditional love, at 10 degrees Pisces, also forming a conjunction. But it's important that we see Neptune, the moon, and union all conjunct on this degree, and they are just coming out of a separation aspect with a sextile to Mercury in Capricorn, and Mercury is coming into a conjunction with Pluto, and they are both forming an in conjunction with the North Node, which is conjunct Ceres. And on the other side, what we would call the boomerang point, is the South Node is being conjunct by Juno, the asteroid of partnerships. So what is coming through is that the challenge that the Divine Feminine is facing right now is fully opening their hearts. And I know many of you are going to say that you have your heart open. But I'm being shown that you need to look further into your heart, because there are still things holding you back. And the message that I was downloaded was, the answer is not in your mind, it's in your vibe. Meaning, in your mind, in your ego, it's telling you that your heart is open. But if you look into your vibration, you will see that that is not the case. There are still wounds that have not been healed, that have been in a state of repression. And these are coming out for purging. This is being indicated by Mercury in Capricorn. This is our thoughts that are related to authority, power, what has been in control. And Mercury is coming into a conjunction with Pluto. So it's time to look deep into our subconscious mind and see some of the repressed patterns that have been placed on the feminine energy from the patriarchy. The Sabian symbol for Mercury today is an ancient bias relief carved in granite, remains a witness to a long forgotten culture. The wounds that the feminine energy is being called to heal is related to things from her childhood and from her early adolescent years, perhaps in her young 20s. But these energies that are coming up now are related to your many alternative timelines, and they're related to what has gone on in the past, the far past, what is locked within your subconscious mind, of how the patriarchy has denigrated the divine feminine and women, how they have been treated as second-class citizens, and they have been beaten and raped and hanged and stoned. Sorry, guys. I'm getting overcome by a lot of emotion as I feel these old energies myself. And how we have been burned at the stake, and we've been denied our right to speak our mind. We've been denied our rights as citizens and as human beings, and we've been enslaved and imprisoned, and that has left deep, deep scars on all of us, men and women. So yes, your ego will tell you that you're healed, your heart is open. But if you look much deeper, you too will witness these scars within yourself. Now, as you know, the masculine energy has been reborn. And the masculine energy, the divine masculine energy, is rising in all of us, men and women. And it's not just the males that are being affected. As divine feminines, you are also being affected. So it's a time for us to look inside and clear away some deep shadow wounds. For many, this is going to bring up a lot of anger. You might be feeling rage. If you've suffered a lot of abuse in this lifetime especially, you might have anger directed at those people that abused you, or it could be at society in general. Some of you may project this energy onto your twin flame or your sacred partner, but it's important to remember that they specifically are not to blame for everything that you've experienced. It's important for us now not to see this as simply just projecting it onto one person, but seeing it as just a collective energy that needs to be healed. So because of all this energy, all of us, men and women, are afraid to open up our hearts and be in that state of vulnerability that we're so strongly being called for right now with the North Node traveling through Leo. As I mentioned today, the North Node is in a conjunction with Ceres. And Ceres energy is the mother energy, the Earth Mother. She's the mother of Persephone. And she fought for vengeance and justice for her daughter, who was a victim of rape and abuse. And Ceres, or Demeter as she's also known, stood up to all the gods in Olympus until she received justice. But Ceres, as the Earth Mother, loves all of us unconditionally, and this energy is asking us to open up our hearts fully, which means we need to forgive. And work on moving past these fears and these wounds that we carry. As I mentioned at the beginning, asteroid union today conjuncts Neptune and will also be transited by the moon, which is our subconscious. And those three will hit the Sabian symbol, a sword used in many battles, is now in a museum. This Sabian symbol is most important for the planet Neptune because Neptune is very slow. It's been on this degree before it's retrograde, and it's coming back onto this degree. I've spoken about this degree before. And this has to do with the masculine energy. A sword, of course, is a phallic object and is used to represent war, battle, strength. And we see this sword is used in many battles. But that now it's in a museum. And these words are telling us that now that the divine masculine has had its rebirth, this old energy of patriarchy and of pain and destruction, vengeance and control can be retired. We can let it go. It's the old masculine energy that wanted to control us, not the new divine masculine energy. It's bringing us an opportunity for peace. With Juno being conjunct the South Node, this can be significant of feeling past partners, romantic partners, perhaps challenges in relationships from your younger years, perhaps abusive relationships or situations, or relationships with others in which you were belittled or felt like you couldn't speak your truth, as well as alternate timeline relationships. And we have all experienced very challenging alternate timeline relationships of pain and soul wounds that, as I mentioned, are still there, and our subconscious mind still affecting us now. So this is a big opportunity the divine feminine has to clear away old karma. But for some, you may be experiencing this in various ways, because often we have to actually experience the emotions in order to be able to move past them. So over the next period of time, the divine feminine will be dealing with this energy of clearing away the old so that we can bring in the energy of forgiveness. And Jesus has been strong the last few days, coming into me with the energy of forgiveness, needing to let go of the past, needing to uncover what needs to be forgiven within us, and not to forget to forgive yourself for whatever you feel you may have done or whatever you're blaming yourself for. And perhaps for some of you, it was not being able to speak up to protect yourself, and you are still carrying the negative vibration of that. But it's this divine masculine that's rising with all of us that is actually allowing us now to speak out. And for some of you, you might actually need to speak something to someone that you've struggled with. Someone that has somehow oppressed you, or you felt oppressed, or has crossed your boundaries, or has abused you. And with this rising energy, you will find the strength to speak your truth to them if you need to. I'm not saying that you have to. Perhaps it's just acknowledging in some way that you're stronger now and you will no longer be oppressed. It's truly the combination of the divine masculine and feminine together that brings us into such a strong state of balance. Cannot have one without the other. We're going to see that very clearly. So as the divine feminine gets stronger, we want to use this energy to embody the essence of the divine feminine, which is nurturing, forgiving, allowing, connected spiritually, oneness, because union conjunct Neptune and Pisces is certainly about oneness, oneness with all that is. So, not that we are not going to set boundaries, because boundaries are an issue for us all right now. Setting the appropriate boundaries, which means we know our rights, we know who we are, but we are not disconnected from our hearts. This is the way to bring the divine masculine home. By clearing away the old, the trust issues, the fears, the worries about being overpowered again. Clear those away, open your heart fully, and this will be a beacon to assist the divine masculine in opening their heart fully. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Speak to you soon.